Hello, everybody. It's Miss Apple here. We are reading and learning a little bit more. Today is a very special video because I will read to you. And as I read to you, I want you to put your phone on the side, lay on your sofa or bed, and just imagine what I'm going to say so you can have more creative ideas on how to use technology into your advantage. So, in the previous video, we were looking at the history of perfumes. And the very last line that Grok provided us was just like a golden line, and it was about biotech and carbon captured molecules. Now, I love perfumes, but I also am very fascinated by the um, maneuver or um, the work that is involved in the newest technologies regarding perfumes. Long story short, we're going to learn about perfumes through biotech and carbon capture molecules. Here we go. One, two, three. Biotech and carbon capture molecules. Innovations at the intersection of sustainability and chemistry. Biotech and carbon capture molecules represent a cutting-edge fusion of biotechnology and carbon capture technologies aimed at transforming captured CO2, carbon dioxide, into valuable, sustainable compounds. This approach addresses climate change by turning a greenhouse gas pollutant into useful products, such as biofuels, chemicals, biopolymers, and even fragrance molecules. Below, I'll break down the concepts, key innovations in future outlook, drawing on recent advancements on of November 2025. Okay. What are carbon capture molecules? Carbon capture molecules are chemical compounds derived from CO2 that has been captured from industrial emissions, the atmosphere, or natural sources. Traditional carbon capture and storage (CCS) sequesters CO2 underground, but carbon capture and utilization (CCU) repurposes it into products, creating a circular economy. Biotech enhances this by using living organisms or engineered biological systems to convert CO2 into complex molecules, often more efficiently and sustainably than purely chemical methods. Mhm. Okay, one, capture methods. Direct air capture, DAC, flue gas scrubbing, or biosequestration. For instance, algae absorbing CO2. Number two, biotech role. Microorganisms as bacteria, yeast, and algae or enzymes act as factories to fix CO2 into organic molecules via pathways like the Calvin-Benson-Bosson CBB cycle or synthetic biology designs. Number three, benefits reduces emissions up to 1 to 2 tons of CO2 per ton of product, lowers reliance on fossil fuels, and enables carbon negative processes, net CO2 removal. Okay. Next, key biotech innovations. Biotech innovations focus on enzymatic, microbial, and synthetic biology approaches to produce high value molecules. Here's a summary of major developments. Innovation, key, type, description, example, and impact key players and year. Okay, the first type is enzymatic CO2 fixation. Description, enzymes like carbonic anhydrase CA and format dehydrogenase FDH accelerate CO2 hydration to bicarbonate or reduction to formate, a C1 building block for chemicals. Example, Ca is industrial solvent speeds capture by 1000x. LDH converts CO2 to formic acid for fuels, reduces energy use by 50, 70% versus chemical methods. Key players here. Novozyme CO2 Solutions 2023 recent CRIO-M blueprint of bacterial CA4 nanomachines 2025. Okay, the next innovation is microbial fermentation, engineering microbes. For instance, E. coli cyanobacteria ferment CO2 into biofuels, biopolymers, or biosurfactants. Description: Cupia vidus nectator grows on CO2 plus light of biomass, produces polyhydroxyalkanoates (PHA) plastics, yields 2 times more carbon assimilation than wild strains. And then this is Lancet Tech DSM for Mike Munich 2022-2025. MBE CCS bioenergy with CCS scales to industrial pilots. The next type is synthetic biology pathways. Rewire metabolic pathways examples HOB cycle for direct CO2 to product conversion. MOG pathway is autotrophs, boosts crop yields. Mm, mm, CRISPR, edited algae for fatty acids, enables C1 to CO2 plus molecules like ethanol. Then Alter Biosciences, Ginkgo Bioworks 2019-2025, AI optimized enzymes for 30% efficiency gains. Whoa, AI. And then the next type, algal and phototropic systems. Algae, microalgae use photosynthesis to fix CO2 into lipids oils. Description: Fat cyanobacteria for biofuels. Biorefineries yield 93% less water use. Potential for 1 GT CO2 per year captured globally. And then ExxonMobil Argonauts 2019-2024 hybrid with waste feedstocks. The next type is bio-integrated CCU-BCCU. Combines capture chemistry with alkyl CO2 reduction for C1, C2 products. Generates acetate ethanol from fuel gas. Mitigates energy penalties from 20 to 40% lower. Nature Communications Study 2024 pilot plants in EU and US. These innovations often integrate with ecosystems, for instance, plant soil biomes. Um, for ecosystem-inspired designs like carboxysomes, bacterial nanomachines like concentrate CO2 to fixation, now bioengineered for crops 2022 breakthrough via cryo-EM imaging. Applications in perfumery and fragrances. In the fragrance industry, valued at 110 billion in 2025, carbon captured molecules enable sustainable scents, reducing deforestation for patchouli, for instance. And emissions. Biotech ferments CO2 into aroma compounds, creating carbon neutral or negative ingredients. CO2 derived ethanol. Primary solvent in perfumes traditionally form corn high emissions, now from captured CO2 via electrolysis plus fermentation. Example, Air Companies in 2021 carbon negative perfume uses CO2 to ethanol, cutting land water use by 90%. Gucci 2023 Gucci's 23 Alchemist Garden fragrance via Coty Lancetec blends 100% captured carbon alcohol, priced at $330 for 100 milliliters. Hmm, okay. Biotech aroma molecules. Fermentation produces masks, vanillin, or novel scents from CO2 feedstocks. Fermentation clearwood 2014 Biotech patchouli and Z11 plant carbon version 2023 use yeast to mimic rare woods. Givaudan's Abrofix 2019 for fermented sugarcane carbon neutral 2025 expansions include CO2 based mescones. Extraction tech. Supercritical CO2 extraction captures volatile scents without heat damage, preserving molecules like linalool, floral, or limonene citrus. Biotech enhances this with enzymes for 95% yield. In 2025 trends, carbon negative hybrids, biotech plus botanicals dominate DSM Firmenich Dreamwood, a lab grown Sandal analog reduces water by 93%. AI designs adaptive scents from capture C1 molecules. This reduced the industry's 10 to 15% fossil fuel dependency, with Coty aiming for 100% recycled carbon by 2025 and challenges in future directions. Challenges: high energy for CO2 reduction, scaling microbial yields cost, regulatory hurdles for GMOs in food fragrance. Outlook for the future after 2025. Expect 20 to 30% market growth in bio CCQ. CRSPR for super microbes fixing 2x CO2 integration with AI for molecule design. Global policies. EU's Bio E3 boost funding 4 billion plus Asia Pacific. In perfumery, 50% of new launches may use captured carbon by 2030 per industry forecasts. This field exemplifies circular biotech, turning waste into wealth while combating climate change. I know there I know that has a lot of terminology, but long story short, pollution in the air is being captured through AI processed programmed computers to create perfumes and scents, and this will just become a green cycle of healthy living for the planet. And it's another way of creating beautiful perfumes by just recycling um, dirty particles from the air and with less energy and just becoming very mm, very very fast in creating solutions and using AI. And this is very fascinating, the future of perfumes. Um, mm, Now, next video, we're going to talk about, let's change the subject. We're going to talk about something different. What about color? Let's talk about colors, the classification of colors as artists.